what we do here is go. So a bunch of people on Twitter sent me this 7U Cindy article. It's not even an article, it was a video, and then got posted to Kotaku a couple times, different websites. And I have no idea what it's about yet. I don't know if it's something to do with LSPDFR. We're going to see here now, there's actually two videos. I made an updated video after the first one, because, you know, the first one didn't do enough damage. So, let's watch the first one, guys. And let's see what all this fuss is about, because I got sent this video like so many times.
These are New South Wales police officers as you've never seen them.
No, don't hit the partner.
Crashing cars, shooting suspects, and getting run over. What happens next? Far too disturbing to show.
The game that
Far too disturbing to show. It's a guy in GTA driving a motorcycle. Just keep going.
I've seen where they've arrested somebody and then shoot them. That doesn't happen. That is perverse.
Grand Theft Auto is
That doesn't happen. In real life, people don't get arrested and shot. Okay.
notorious for being violent, sexual, and gory. Now, underground computer geeks have written New South Wales police into the action.
Get out of the car.
Underground geeks. Because, you know, if you know how to write any type of computer code, you're automatically a geek.
Their vehicles and uniforms are accurate in every detail.
Vehicles and uniforms? That's Nico! Where is there a uniform? Vehicles that he modded in a Toyota pickup truck that says police on it. It resembles real life police. Who cares? You can clearly tell this is a video game. You not tell from the 9999 shotgun bullets in the corner or the mini map?
Modding or modifying the original game.
Ooh, it's called modding or modifying the original game. Oh, well, no shit.
There are New South Wales firefighters, federal cops, even the police chopper. Violence is ever present.
This desensitises people to the real risk the police face, and I find it offensive.
In 2000,
Of course you find it offensive. You're trying to find anything to become offended about. It doesn't desensitize anyone. I don't play Grand Theft Auto, go shooting cops for a couple hours, and then go outside in real life and want to gun down police officers. Like, after I'm done playing Grand Theft Auto for a couple hours killing cops, I don't see videos of, like, unarmed black people getting shot down, like, shit like that, right? I don't see those videos and then be like, oh, it's cool. Like, I'm desensitized. Like, no, that shit still hits just as hard as it would without me playing the game. Like, what is this guy on about? Oh, and you're offended. Of course you're offended, because you're an old fuck that doesn't know what you're talking about. It's kids role-playing as police officers in the video game. Oh, it's violent. It's a guy non-lethally taking down a suspect and arresting him for committing a crime.
2001, Senior Constable Jim Affleck was run down and killed by a man reenacting a PlayStation video game called Need for Speed. In shock.
Need for Speed, that's a completely different game. Need for Speed, the objective isn't to run down police officers. The objective is to drive fast and race. So the guy was basically driving fast in a car, accidentally ran someone over, and that somehow this has to do with people playing LSPDFR and Grand Theft Auto. What? And this is 2001. You know how long ago that was? That was 16 years ago. Look, yeah, there is some people that are just deranged, and maybe, you know, after they play Grand Theft Auto, they want to kill people. But even if Grand Theft Auto wasn't there, they'd still do it. Those insane people would still do it because they're insane. Just because maybe 1 out of a billion people goes insane and shoots an officer because they play GTA, does that mean we should ban video games? And this isn't even about the game. They're talking about a mod. A mod that was made by fans to roleplay as police, not to kill police, to roleplay as police officers, to be in their perspective and their, to basically wear their shoes and see the struggles of being a police officer. Like, how is this damaging? How is this desensitizing?
Violent games have age restrictions, but the online world is virtually lawless. Explicit games and their underground versions are easily available to people of any age. For some,
that's not even true. To buy Grand Theft Auto 5, because you can't just download this underground version. It is a modification for the game, meaning you have to own the game. You cannot own Grand Theft Auto unless you buy it and say, I am 18 plus. You can't go on Steam, have a Steam account on PC or a Rockstar account and be like, oh, I'm 13 years old, and it's not going to let you buy an M-rated game. Now, yes, people could lie about their age. They do it all of the time. Hell, it's not like you can only do it digitally. I know when I was like 10 years old, I used to walk into GameStop and buy Grand Theft Auto. No, I wasn't old enough to play it, but they still sold it to me. But saying that it's lawless, that's bullshit. There is a lot of laws to it. Just because some people and most people lie about their age on the internet doesn't mean that it's lawless. We can't have Steam accounts that, need you to mail in a photo ID to prove that you're over 18 to buy video games. That's ridiculous.
People, the fantasy becomes a bit indistinguishable from reality.
There is no reset button on the real life situations that police face.
New South Wales.
Is there a reset button on your amount of trigger over this? You are so triggered. You said yourself you're offended. No, it's not blurring the line. No one is seeing this and getting desensitized and wanting to go out and do real life violence. If anything, it's helping police. Maybe more people want to become police after playing LSPDFR and be like, it feels good to take down a criminal and do something good, even though if it's virtual.
Police plan to take action against the designers. Mike Duffy, 7 News.
Take action against the designers of what? The video game or the mod? Most of these things that you're showing is non-lethal takedowns, like tasing people and arresting them. Like, what the fuck? But no. It gets better. There's a part 2. Alright? So let's watch the part 2 of the 7 News Sydney report on the Grand Theft Auto LSPDFR mod.
It looks quite real. Officers are planning action against the designers of this game. This is a hot topic this morning. Let's bring in the Herald Sun, Susie O'Brien and Ron Wilson from Smooth FM. Good morning to both of you. Morning. Susie, given this is a hack, I actually didn't know that Grand Theft Auto was still on the market. It's pretty violent itself, but this...
How the fuck do you know Grand Theft Auto is still on the market? It made so much money in 2013. It made over $1 billion the first day. Hell, they had advertisements on buses and everywhere in New York, on buildings. It was over the internet. It was on Twitter, Facebook, anywhere you go. Like, how do you not know it was still a thing? That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard. How could you be so detached from reality and what's going on in advertisements and the internet and this internet age that you don't know that it's a thing? How?
Terrible hack. Can police actually really do anything about it?
This is the real problem, Sam. Police seem to be completely unable to do anything.
Oh yeah, this is the real problem. Yeah, this is a real problem, Sam. Police cannot go and arrest someone for doing something completely harmless in the virtual world of their own video game. Oh, you want to get a cop car and pretend to be a police officer in a video game in single player without talking to anyone else or impersonating a police officer to a real person? You're under arrest. That's the real problem. We can't arrest people for doing what they want to do with their video games. Oh, what's that? You want to play one of those Japanese video games where you're simulating rape? Well, rape is a crime. Even though it's simulated, you're arrested. Oh, what? You're playing a crime simulator? You're arrested. Oh, but it's a problem because we can't arrest these people for making modifications. How is that a problem? You're telling me that if some 15-year-old kid wants to go out and play LSPDFR with his friends and pretend to be a cop for a couple hours before he gets off the game and does his homework or some shit, that he should be arrested for that? Are you kidding me?
This isn't just a problem in New South Wales. The Victorian Police Commissioner Graham Ashton has come out and said that Grand Theft Auto generation, that's his term, is responsible for 8% increases in youth violence year on year.
No, they did not. They did not just say that. Which I thought that's true, but if it is true, maybe that's why there's an 18M rating on the box. Meaning you cannot play the game unless you're an adult. The game that you need to purchase in order to install the modification to be a police officer that you are bitching about, that you spent all this time making 2 different reports on and getting 3 different people on a fucking call, a face cam call to be on this fucking thing. You don't even know you need to be 18 to purchase that, however old it is in a different country, whatever the ratings are. ESRB ratings are different in every country. You have to be an adult to play it. Like here in the US, it's 17 plus.
And what we're seeing is a generation of kids who are socially isolated. They're playing these games for 10, 15 hours a day.
Where do kids have 15 hours a day to play the game? Where are you pulling these fucking facts out of your ass? Where are you pulling these stats from? 15 hours a day. 10 to 15 hours a day. Who the fuck does that? Let's just say they sleep 6 hours a day, right? And they play the game for 15 hours a day. That leaves only 3 hours in a day that they aren't playing the game or sleeping. Kids go to school. Kids have lives. Kids have to, like... who are these people talking about? Who are these kids that are playing Grand Theft Auto for 15 hours a day and then going out on murdering sprees because they're desensitized by the game? No, not only the game, but a modification how she plays a police officer in the game. Who are these children? Where are you pulling these stats? 15 hours a day? Who the fuck? How out of touch are you people?
What they see is there's no reset button on reality, and the games that they're playing have huge amounts of violence, and there's absolutely no consequences. And I honestly have to say to parents, if you've got young teenagers who are socially isolated, have a violent sort of background, and they're playing these games for hours and hours a day, you've got to get your head read, get them off these games.
Yeah, because look at these, they look quite realistic.
Yeah, they do.
Oh yeah, they look quite realistic. See guys, you see this right here? This is quite realistic. See, I would think this is real life, you know?
It's frightening, isn't it? Ron, do you think, as Susie said, in some households, in some areas, these kind of video games could make young people anti-police?
Well, it's interesting you say that. It's a chicken and egg thing. I've read a lot of research on this over 20 years, and I'm interested in Graham Ashton's findings about the increase in youth violence associated with these games, because general research has found that's not necessarily the case. This sort of violence doesn't always cause the violence, but it can add to people who are already of a violent nature. So it's really interesting to see where it goes. What I think it does more than anything else is it breaks down any respect for authority, and I think that goes to the very fabric of our society. So even if it doesn't actually increase the amount of youth violence, I think this certainly does reduce the amount of respect we have for people like police. And I think that's an important part of our society, something that we have to maintain.
Yeah. All right.
That's the end of the video, but who gives a fuck? Oh, people don't respect police officers as much. Well, I wonder why. Could it be because they're role-playing, a small amount of people on PC are role-playing as police officers in GTA? Or is it because of all the police shootings that's been going on for the last 3 fucking years? Hell, why do you think Black Lives Matter became a thing? Because black people just decided our lives don't matter? No, it's because of all the police shit that's been going on recently. You've been reading the headlines? Maybe that's why people don't respect the police, because they see one bad police officer, one corrupt police officer shoot an innocent person, and all of a sudden all of the police officers are corrupt, and they think no one is a good police officer. Do you think it's the game that's teaching them this, or do you think it's the real life shit? The reality shit, the reality that you keep talking about parents to get their children reality? Maybe the reality is why people don't respect police as much. Did you ever think of that? And who gives a fuck if they respect the police or not? Who cares? I don't respect police officers. Does that mean I'm going to go and run a red light and run from the cops and go on a killing spree? No. Not because I don't respect them, because I need to respect to abide by the law, but because there are consequences. In the game, Grand Theft Auto, which I've been playing since I was a kid, does not teach you that there's no consequences in real life at all. I know, even after playing Grand Theft Auto and LCPDFR or LSPDFR, that there are consequences, like going to jail, getting shot and killed, getting tased. Who are you trying to talk to? Who is your target audience? Who? This reminds me of the news report a couple years ago about, I think it was Sky News that did it. They did a report on how GTA 5 is sexist. So I don't know what more to say. This is clearly ridiculous and should not be watched seriously at all, just ironically for the memes and jokes and laughs. And I want to say thank you to everyone on Twitter that sent me this. I had no idea this was even a thing until everyone tweeted me it. And once I actually watched the video, I had a really good laugh about it, like off script, off the video. It was a really good laugh. Also, I'm kind of thinking about getting a webcam to do these types of videos, or response videos, because I'm kind of getting tired of just having a picture of my character on screen. I know a lot of people do it, like for instance, Armored Skeptic or Rags. Bearing used to do it, I think. Like, there's a lot of people that do it, but I just don't like it. I like more the type of like H3 reaction videos. I think those are actually more funny because you have the freedom to do what you want there. Like, each has their own pros and cons, I guess. If I was to do face cam reaction videos, it'd probably be at around 100k subs, make a face reveal. Not too sure about that. Nothing set in stone, no promises, but I think that around at 100k subs for a special, I might do a face reveal if I ever do get to 100k subs. So that way I'll have the freedom to use a face cam in the video. The only reason I don't really want to do a face reveal and use a webcam in a video is because once you reveal your face, like, that's it. It's out in the public. If people want to destroy you for the opinions that you say when you speak your mind, they have your identity. So if you get arrested, for instance, like, let's be Jimmy, they have your identity, and all they have to do is just go find your arrest record and like, oh, that's Gypsy. I know him. Here's his real name. Here's his street address. Here's where he lives. And then boom, your dox is out there. People know your name. It's said that doxing is such a big thing these days. Like, it shouldn't be that big of a thing. Oh, I want to make a video on YouTube. Well, yeah, you could do that. You make a video of yourself, but then you're running the risk of getting doxed and swatted and all this retarded shit that these just faggots just do because they have nothing better to do with their lives besides putting other people's lives at risk. So I'm not sure how I feel about using a face cam, but I definitely like the freedom of using a camera instead of a AVI, or maybe even animating the videos a little bit so it's not just a stock photo. I need to get someone to animate it though, because I have no idea who to even talk to about that. But anyways, all that rambling aside, just figured I'd put that in there because a lot of people ask me, why don't you do a face reveal? I answered in like every Twitch stream I do and stuff. Thank you, doggo, for barking. Anyways, hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tweeting me this ridiculous clip. I had a lot of fun making the video. Would you stop barking, dude? Come on, I'm trying to close out the video here. And I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.